Realtors are walking this way, and I'm just going to ask if they know how to house homeless veterans. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
No.
No.
Okay.
I sadly do not.
I do not, but I would love to learn.
I do not.
I do not, but I would like to know how.
The answer to that is no.
No. Do you know how to house homeless veterans?
I do not.
I do not.
Do you know how to house a homeless veteran?
He's a veteran and he would be
Come
homeless if I did not house.
Okay. We're here at the Capitol, Illinois State Capitol. This is the lobby day for realtors. And I did make an announcement on the bus about my 3-hour course that I wrote to teach realtors how to work effectively with a homeless veteran. Just because the veteran is homeless doesn't mean they don't have resources to use to get housed or to get anything else they need, because they do. But how do you get to those resources to help that homeless veteran get housed? I've got the class, and it'll be out soon. Well, good morning. I have arrived, and so have you. I got a real busy morning today. And I just need to take a breather right now to soak it all in. I want to welcome you all today. Once again, my name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, and Professional Services in the GovCon space. I've got several certifications and literally just boots on the ground, 22 years of housing homeless veterans. And I'm a realtor. And when I tell people that I house homeless veterans as a real estate broker, as a real estate agent, as a real estate leasing, I was never a leasing agent. I've always been a full-fledged realtor. But that's what I've been doing for 22 plus years, housing homeless veterans. You say, Yvette, how do you house a homeless veteran? Because we clearly do not know. And this is across the board, nationwide. You know how I know that? Because we still have homeless veterans. We do. And we have a whole group of professionals in our cities, in our towns, in our states who are called realtors. You heard me say it correctly, right? Realtors. A whole lot of y'all in every city, every state who don't know how to house homeless veterans. But you say that, but aren't realtors supposed to know how to house a homeless veteran? No, not necessarily. Because if you don't care to learn how to house a homeless veteran, then guess what? You won't know. And I'm not saying it's simple. I'm not saying it's easy. It's challenging. But is it worth housing another human being? Of course it is. Isn't that what we get paid to do? We get paid to move people. We get a commission. I remember once a realtor told me that this is the most money, not just me, because I knew he wasn't just talking about me, okay, that we make in the industry as a realtor. When we sell a house, we get a fat check. When we rent, that's what realtors are forgetting. We also rent. We get a check for that too. I remember renting 40 units for one owner, for one corporation, 40 units, 40 apartments, 40, do the math. Do the math. This was back in the day. Each unit was $750. Multiply that by 40 with no competition. I had no competition. No other realtor was standing up saying, hey, Yvette, I want to come and help. Because when I did invite them in to come and learn to do what I do, housing homeless veterans in the community, they came and they saw the 40 units, because back then I said, okay, I'm going to need help. I'm not going to come over here every time a veteran wants to see an apartment. That's just too much. It's 40 apartments. So I had to get smart real fast. And I contacted my sources at the VA and other SSVF serving organizations that received over $900 million for this fiscal year, 2025 and 2026. I called them up, sent emails, sent that I'm having an open house. Send and bring all of your homeless veterans with at least a 1-bedroom voucher. And make sure they have their vouchers in hand, or you can email them to me, because everybody is approved today. Every homeless veteran that comes to this 40-unit building in Worth, Illinois, if you have a voucher or if you have other SSVF funding, then you are automatically approved. All I got to do is do an application, get your income verification, your SSI statement copy, your disability statement copy, your food stamps if you were getting those back in the day. Whatever your income was, I get the application, the income, your ID. Let us know that you're a veteran. Give me your veteran medical card ID. Why don't you? Here you go. 40 units just like that. No help from other realtors whatsoever. Alexa, what's 40 times 750? 40 times 750 is 30,000. That's $30,000. $30,000. 40 apartments in Worth, Illinois, that I was the sole, no other agent was there, because they're like, Yvette, don't worry about it, boo-boo. 40 apartments rented by me in just 3 months. It really under 3 months. 40, what'd she say, $30,000? Yeah. So when realtors ask me that, how do you get paid for housing homeless veterans? And I'll get over here to these questions. I don't have on my glasses yet. Ask me that, how do you get paid for housing homeless veterans? Well, it's simple. I show them what they like. They like it. The owner says, yes, I do the paperwork, and bam, boom, they move in. I send a commission and I get paid. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson, and I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, and Professional Services professional in the GovCon space. And I house homeless veterans, and I teach you how to do the same. Through my various publications, I wrote a whole bunch of books about it. Through my various publications and educational series. So you want to learn how to do what I do, pick up a book and read it, and then you can join one of my private groups. This book that we're talking about this morning is a realtor's blueprint. I am a realtor. I've been a realtor for 29 years, and I've been housing in this homeless veterans community for 22 plus years as a licensed realtor. I'm also a real estate instructor. I wrote this class to teach other realtors how to come to the homeless veterans community. Why don't you? And house some of these deserving citizens. We have homeless veterans right now, sitting in tents in Charlottesville, Virginia. She's had to get her HUD-VASH voucher renewed 5 times. That's just unacceptable. You get 90 to 120 days to use your, I never had a voucher. I never, ever had a voucher, but I house thousands of voucher holders. thousands. I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans. Through my education, my teaching, and me bringing on other realtors back in the day to help house them. You want to learn to do what I do? Pick up a book and read it. This book right here is on Amazon. All of my books are on my website. Go to VetMentorsOnline.com or just go to Amazon and type in my name. You see my name, Yvette Jones Swanson. Get this book. Now, a lot is going on in our community where it involves homeless veterans. Oh my God. Oh. Let me show y'all something. When people think there's no money in this community, you think there's no money in this community. So I work for free. I work for free. Answer that. You think I work for free? You think I want to be another homeless veteran, housing homeless veterans, and I'm homeless too? I used to be a homeless veteran. I was a homeless female veteran from 1980, from the time I got married to this knucklehead, Marine serving man, until the time I got a full-time steady job as a career with the City of Chicago Department of Revenue licensing SROs. Those are single room occupancies. I was homeless, a homeless female veteran, going to the VA, going to Jesse Brown VA, 820 South Damon in Chicago, and they turned me right back around. Get to stepping. You know why? Because they didn't have this information. They didn't have this education when I went. I wrote a book. Yes, I did. Specifically for social workers, case managers, human care professionals, and first responders. So they will learn how to act swiftly. When a veteran, homeless veteran comes to their office, they can use the tools that I teach them in this book, exemplifying the computer stuff we have. Pardon me. I teach them how to use AI technology to find resources quickly. So you don't have to walk a homeless veteran right back out the door. No, that's what they did to me back in 1987, all the way to 1993. In my book here, Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans, I have a couple case studies. This is one case study right here of Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson was a patient, a consumer at the Jesse Brown VA with a HUD-VASH voucher. Mr. Wilson was a veteran in a wheelchair, and this is public information. That's why it's in my book. Read it. This was on the Main Street Organization of Realtors website. Mr. Wilson did an interview with the Main Street Organization of Realtors, and we're both in the picture together, me standing with him on his balcony in this luxury upscale condo downtown where I placed him 11 years ago on a HUD-VASH voucher. My commission for housing Mr. Wilson was $3,000. Why was it $3,000, Yvette? Well, because as a realtor, I am a licensed realtor and I get to send a commission check, an invoice. And my commission on every rental is first month's rent. If the rent is $3,000, I get $3,000. The rent over in Worth, Illinois was $750. That was the top tier at the time, with the utilities included. This was back in the day. I've been housing homeless veterans for 22 years. So 750 times 40, what did Alexa say? That's $30,000. So whatever that first month's rent is, that's how much I get paid. And that's what I teach realtors. Don't be scared because it's a homeless veteran. Homeless veterans receive money. And not just this money to their bank account, they receive resources. I am a 90% service-connected disabled veteran. What makes me disabled? Well, I'm not going to go into all of that, but I am. And other veterans who have this condition are too. But I'm just saying that because we receive benefits. We receive funding for the things that we need in our lives. And in this case, these homeless veterans receive funding that a realtor can use to get them housed. Now, is it that simple? Yvette, is it that simple? Really, is it that simple? Well, you know what? We have roadblocks. We really do. But for me, I'm a fighter. And I fight very hard for these homeless veterans because they need somebody to advocate for them. That's why I'm an advocate first and then a realtor. Because sometimes I got to give some fisticuffs to where it matters most. For a homeless veteran in Charlottesville, Virginia, oh yeah. Letters, congressional letters were written by me, and they all went to all these politicians who are over her district. What did they say? Not a damn thing, except for one. But what did he say? Oh, well, her case is she's being overseen by a social worker. By a social worker? Really? By a social worker who doesn't know how to house homeless veterans. So what do? They go to the community and try to find a realtor to help. What does the realtor do? Oh, they back away. Oh yeah, they back away. Or they say, well, you know what? I got a place over here, but you're going to have to do a credit check. A credit check? You know, first of all, I'm a homeless veteran. I'm not thinking about keeping my credit at a 675, and that's what you're asking me to have in order to be qualified for this unit. I'm already denied. But you want me to pay $35 to $65, sometimes $75 to do a credit check, a background check, and an eviction check. Just to tell me no, now you got my money, I got a denial, and my credit score has gone down even further. So now when I go see the next place and they want me to do another credit check, background check, and eviction check, I'm already denied because now my credit score is even lower. Those are the roadblocks that I teach you how to cancel and eliminate. I worked with over, God, things were going so fast because housing all of these veterans, you got to be quick on your feet. And things are going so fast. I can't even give y'all a number of how many not realtors, I can count them on one hand. How many investors I've worked with over 22 consecutive years. Some of them are still my investor partners today. I received a call yesterday. He said, Yvette, I would love to come on your live show. So I'm going to see if I can get him on tonight. I was on another call maybe 3 days ago at 5:15, my 5:15 boots on the ground. So go back and watch that one with a wonderful investor partner who reminded me. She said, Yvette, I'm not your client anymore. No, we're partners in this. I call you, tell you I have a unit available, and I asked, she said, you ask me who lives in the building right now, and you send me who fits. For 15 years with Miss Lysandra Jenkins. Not one credit check, not one background check, not one eviction check. The young man, one of the young men who I moved into her building from homelessness, he came out of a shelter. From homeless to sheltered living to renting her unit with the HUD voucher. And 5 years later, he appears in this book right here, opening the door to his single family home. no red tape, no roadblocks. I stayed in communication with this gentleman because he always called me, Yvette, what's going on? Yvette, what should I be doing? First of all, come to my workshops that I held at the Jesse Brown VA and the VetMentors for over 13 years for free. Come to one of my workshops. And this book that I'm holding up is the 3rd edition Veterans Housing and Home Buying Workshop. And this is also on my in my library of books. This is the 3rd edition. So veterans who have never used their VA loans, go and get the book and learn. You say you want to help house homeless veterans as a realtor, get this book along with, y'all need everything, along with the Realtor's Blueprint, along with Collaborative Housing Solutions for Homeless Veterans, along with, Finding Home, because you're going to have to learn how to find even more resources for veterans that you say you care for and you want them to be moved. So this book for realtors, this is my workshop in a book. You want to learn how to do the workshops I've been doing for the past 13 years at the Jesse Brown VA, at all the vet centers except for one in the Chicagoland area, in city colleges of Chicago, Cook County Corrections, Federal Bureau of Prisons, the municipalities. I can't even name how many municipalities. You want to be serious about housing homeless veterans, then get the education. I'm not here to tell you what's in my books. I'm really not. I'm here to shed light with you on what's happening in our community and how you can get involved. What's the biggest challenges I see is you. What's the biggest obstacle I see is you. All of y'all, because you asking me, Yvette, what about this? What about that? Get a book. I'm a great big component of education. I've got a dual master's degree. I always say I have a concentration in, but it's 2 because I went both ways with both of my majors, both ways. Human resource development, training and education, and instructional design, designing books like this, and not just for a company, but for myself now. So, and I forgot about that. I was also an instructor for 4 years at ITT Technical Institute, which, by the way, got a bad rap, but it was an amazing school. Amazing. So they just didn't have their, some type of credentialing. Who knows? I wasn't in that office. I was in the classroom teaching my students. I want to thank you all for being here today. I'm not going to stay on long today because I have an interview this morning. I didn't even get a chance to fix my hair the way I wanted. I was supposed to go get it braided in the front, but I just might throw a headband on it. But anyway, I have a big interview today on TV. I'm in this Woman's World magazine. This is September 29, 2025, on page 52. So if you guys happen to pick up Woman's World, go get it and read the article about me and Mr. Phillips right here. Mr. Phillips, he's also in this book. Mr. Phillips, right? He was, oh my God, his story. I just want to strangle some people sometimes. I really do just, put the fist to the cuff for real. Because y'all don't have to be treating our homeless veterans this way. You don't have to be treating our senior homeless veterans this way. You really don't. The reason you're doing it is because you don't know what to do. But I'm giving you the answer. I'm giving you the way right now. Go to my library, go to my bio right now, and order yourself some books. Because otherwise, you're not going to know what I know. You look great. Kill that interview, Miss Yvette. Thank you so much, Timothy. I plan on it because the world needs to know. Everybody keeps saying we shouldn't have homeless veterans, and we shouldn't. Not with we've got $900 million on these two documents alone. The first document from Washington, the Department of Veteran Affairs today announced more than $818 million in grants to 235 organizations across the country to help veterans who are what? Homeless. $818 million. Then we had another announcement, as if 818 million wasn't enough. We had another announcement not just 1 month later from the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, announced Tuesday, September 23rd, it will distribute $84 million in grants to 176 organizations tackling what? Homelessness across the United States. These two documents alone has over $900 million. And you want to say, we shouldn't have homeless veterans. I'm putting it back in your backyard. What are you doing about it? You want to come on here, because I'm going to be here and I'm going to say what I want to say. I'll come on here every single day. And I made a commitment, not just to myself, that I can commit and stay. I can commit and stay. I've been a realtor for 29 years, housing homeless veterans for over 22 plus years. I commit and I stay. I've been with one real estate company now for 14 years. 14 years, and that's after I closed 2 offices and stopped managing 2 before that. In homeless veterans housing. So whatever it is you have to ask me, trust and believe, I've been there and I've done that. And I'm here to encourage you to learn to do the same. Because I'm not here to answer your questions and you think now you got everything that's in my intellectual property brain. No, the only way you can get that is to pick up a book and read it. So I will read your general questions, and 9 times out of 10, guess what I'm going to do? Tell you to go to my bio and buy a book, read it, and educate yourself. Thank you all over here on TikTok for joining me this morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep on hitting those buttons. Let me see them fly. So let's go over here to, let me see where we going. Oh my God, y'all been blowing some stuff up. Timothy M. Hey, Miss Yvette, thank you for helping the vets in the new market. Yes, yeah, this is the same old market. Believe me, trust me, it's the same old market. Thanks for joining my club. God bless you. How can I help spread your message? Buy the books, learn what I do, share this video. Buy the books, first of all, because it's not just my message. This is the message to the world, the community who says we shouldn't have homeless veterans. This is not my message. It's not. But I do have tools, again, in my books to show you how to do what I do. Thank you very much. Please reach out when you are done streaming. I am not. I don't even know who Timothy M. is. You're on LinkedIn, so you can send me a private message and I'll send you how we engage conversation. Let me see. Timothy M., you're all over the place. I'm over here clapping and calling on God, yes, to bless me more. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Because this message, even though it's not mine alone, I'm sharing it with everybody because we can all do this together. When I say $900 million, what does that mean to you? How does that resonate with your soul? Can you think to yourself as an entrepreneur, hey, I own a property over here. How can I get some of that $900 million? Yeah, you can be one of my clients. But get a book and read the book, because I don't talk to anybody. Write this down. So when you're trying to contact me, just know I don't talk to anybody unless you read and educate yourself first. Then we can have intellectual conversations. I'll get over here to TikTok in 1 second. They done crowded me up with all of these questions over here on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Incredible mission. Thank you for helping veterans find stable house. Adventure Show, you're here every week, and I want to thank you for being here. Please get a book so you can start talking about some of these adventures in this homeless veterans community, because there are many. Yes. Oh my God. Please keep teaching people. I will. Oh my God. And I'm going to come back over because y'all have a lot to say. How do you approach landlords who are hesitant to rent to veterans? I have a master class coming up for that, Jeffrey. And thank you so much for that question. I'm working on my master class, and it was pulling a lot out of me because my new coach told me, he said, Yvette, you got to teach these investors. Because I just tell you, I don't approach landlords who are hesitant. I don't know if you're hesitant or not, but I tell you what I need from you. If you tell me, okay, that I can do that, then we got business to take care of. What's the biggest misconceptions landlords have about veteran tenants? They're stupid. The landlords are, because it shouldn't be any misconceptions, because homeless veterans are just people. I was a homeless veteran. That's me at 18, 19 years old, coming home from the military. A couple of years later, I'm homeless. What? Things happen. We're people just like you, but we got a lot of money, a lot of resources backing us. So their misconception is they're stupid. They don't want to listen. They don't give a damn. I won't. You know why they say that? They want all of this stuff because the realtors, oh, we're going to do it in my office. We do a credit check. We do a background check. We do an eviction check. And I'll even go to their apartment if you want me to. Deny, 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 deny. Why? When all we want is someplace to live so we can grow and thrive. I've housed homeless veterans who are now PhDs, 6 Sigma, 7 belt, green belt, black belt, you know, in the human resource world, you know, homeowners, business owners. All we needed was a foot in the door so we can make it a home and be comfortable and relax our minds so that we can grow now. What's the difficulty in saying yes to a person who just wants to live and thrive? The rent is being paid for. We done served this country and protected your ass. And now you want to turn around and say you can't have this apartment because of what? My credit score is a 480? You did that. Getting me started up in here. I gotta go. Okay, let me see. How much money should someone have prepared to start? I don't know. Go get my books, Humbly Grateful. Please do that. I don't know. It's up to you. Go get, this is the Humbly Grateful series in all seriousness. I'm not a person to play. I don't like to play. Go get this book, A Guide to Veteran Shared Living Models. This is your blueprint to everything that you just asked me. How much should you have? You don't even know what you're going to have. So go learn what you're going to have. And in here, it has guidelines of how much you're going to make, how much you're going to charge, how much it's going to be. That's the book you need. Thank you for that question. Okay, then I'm going to go. Let me see. Back over here. Who is this? On how can realtors help reduce the stigma around? Read the book. Read the book. Get the book and read the book. Some of these questions, you know, people need common sense. If I'm telling you the information is in the book, and you know what? I have come to realize that old adage that people say, you know, people don't know nothing because they don't read. This is your open door. This is my gift to you. Not mean to be fussing at anybody, but that's what it is. I don't know how to sugarcoat. I never did. I'm not even sorry about that. What's the first step for a veteran trying to secure stable housing? A lot. It's not a first step. It's a lot of steps. Are there government grants that help veterans cover? Oh, didn't I just talk about that? I just talked about $900 million. I just talked about $900 million. $900 million. This is the government's help. These are the grants that the government is helping homeless veterans secure deposits. About moving costs, I don't know about that. But secure deposits to help them move away, yeah, that's this. $900 million. And I didn't even talk about HUD-VASH. This money right here, $900 million, has zero to do with Section 8 vouchers, HUD-VASH. I appreciate the compassion and strategy behind your work. Thank you very much. Great show. Loving insights shared tonight. It's nighttime where you are. What are some common mistakes to avoid when assisting veterans? That's in the book, Finding Home. I'm telling y'all, 99% of your questions are in a book. Go invest, support my mission. You want to know how to support my mission? Buy my books, read the books, and go on your community and do the same. How do you handle cases with both criminal records? It doesn't matter. Oh my God, it doesn't matter. What's the criminal? Let me tell you like this. A veteran with a criminal record, and if he gets approved for a HUD-VASH voucher, then guess what? The Department of Veteran Affairs says he's okay. Then he goes to HUD. HUD sends them through a whole nother approval process. And they get approved for a voucher, then this criminal record and poor credit is squashed. You've already been put through the ringer to get approved for this voucher. So why should a criminal record? What criminal record? If it's a criminal record that would have stopped them from getting a voucher or being able to use this funding, then they wouldn't be here right now. They wouldn't. The VA is not going to approve a veteran with a criminal record that's dangerous to the society. They won't get approved. I housed a veteran, he had either 117 or 170 clicks on his criminal record. It was pages and pages and pages. This is from a former homeless veteran who has some substance issues because he was freaking homeless. A homeless person does things to try to soothe that child that's hurting inside. So yes, so now he might have stolen a sandwich. He might have slept in somebody's car when they weren't in it. He might have broken into somebody's garage so he can get out of the climate. So what about a criminal record? They didn't kill nobody. They're just homeless and need some place to live. And that's what I tell my investors. You have something to say about that, then you're clearly not a good fit to work in my program. And I've housed over 5,000 homeless veterans. And my investors still call me to this day. Yvette, are you still housing homeless veterans? Of course I am. They call and ask me that because I was out of commission for a while after having a heart attack, COVID-19, pneumonia, and a stroke. But now I'm back healthier than before and less weight. Thank you very much. Let me see. What's the most rewarding success story you've experienced in this work? All of them, getting them all housed. How do you navigate situations when landlords reject applications unfairly? Oh, I can report them. I can report them, and I normally do. And that goes for realtors too. I used to report realtors all the time because that's what I'm trying to do is challenging. Well, get the book and read the book, because once you get my books and you let me know you purchase my books, then I add you to my group and I share the funding with you. There's nothing hard about funding. You know what's hard about things is not knowing what you're doing. That's the only difficult part. If you don't know what you're doing, then of course it's hard. But you go get my books, then you can learn how to do what I do, and you learn how to get that money, learn where the money is, and you all good. My investors love me. One investor told me, he said, Yvette, you changed the landscape of my business. I know I did. I know I took him from the hood because I told him, I said, please, Jim, I'm not bringing any more veterans back over to your properties because they're not in the most suitable communities. I said, what you could consider is, because you want HUD-VASH, you want to not just use, but house veterans with the voucher, then go buy in better neighborhoods. And here's a map that you can use. Oh, he called me and said, but I got this over here. You got some veterans? Of course I do. I said, this is what I'm talking about. He liquefied, or whatever you call it in the real big commercial real estate residential world of money. And I'm not in that world. But he liquefied all of his assets in the hood. In the poverty-stricken communities, put it that way. He moved that money up to higher communities that yielded a higher rent and more safety. These are called opportunity areas, mobility areas, and we tripled his rents. He's still my friend. He wrote a really nice letter for me. Great show tonight. So much learned from this session. Okay, Rochester, New York, VSO. Now you're talking. Now you're talking, Timothy. Now I know who you are. So now we can talk. You're in Rochester, New York. You're a VSO. I have a homeless female veteran in New York. She's on the wait list for a voucher. However, because she's been approved for that voucher, she could utilize what's called the bridge. Find some housing up there. You want to hire me to come down up to Rochester, New York to have these conversations with investors? You just have them in the room. That's all you need to do. Let me see. It's our message. Yes, this is our message. And I got to go because I'm being interviewed today on a national platform for this same message. And I thought it would be fitting to wear the same outfit. Let me show you. Where is it? The same outfit back there. Can y'all see it? Let me see. Yeah, so I'm going prepared. It's been homelessness isn't a crime. No, it's not. No, it's not. But our society wants to criminalize us because we are homeless. When I was a homeless veteran, and this is why I work so hard in this community, because I remember what it was like sleeping in my car. It was raining. It was cold. I didn't have any money. I had to use the bathroom. I'm like, I don't even want to get out the car. I was parked. I had just gotten off my second part-time job in Hyde Park at the NORC, the National Opinion Research Center. I'm looking at this night like it's right now. And I'm sitting in my car. I had a Turismo, a hatchback 5-speed Turismo. And it was my ex-husband's old car, but I liked it so much. That's where he taught me how to drive a stick. And I just really liked that little sports car. So it became my car. He traded it in and I went and bought it when I raised some money. And he knew everything about that car. So before I got off work from the NORC, I went to my car because I had to go to my friend's house to go sleep because he had, being a battered wife, I couldn't go back to that home, not that night. But that night, I couldn't go anywhere because he had taken this cap off of something that if it's gone, my car wouldn't start. So I had to figure that out. So I went and bought several of those caps after the fact. After a friend told me, he came over and saw, he said, "Oh, Yvette, you're missing this." So that's what he kept taking off my car, causing me to have to sleep in the car in the cold. So I know how it is. And that was several times, sleeping in my car, sleeping at friends' houses on their couch. Sometimes I slept on the floor in a closet. And the bathroom was right there. Yeah. Slept in the hallway. And so now you've never been homeless, right? So you've never been without shelter. You've never had to think about where to go and use the bathroom. Oh God, it's just draining. And now you want to put a homeless veteran with an approved subsidy by 2 government officials. You want to put them through challenges, changes, and roadblocks because you do that to people you don't like? What? You do that to people who apply to your apartments and you want them all to be the same. Yeah. And those are the ones who turn around and mess you up because they stop paying their rent because they don't have a job, or they done did something with their rent money and they can't pay you because they no longer have it. Well, not in the case with veterans and subsidies. They don't have to do that. You might say, well, what about the tenant portion? Don't they have to pay something? Yes, they'll pay about 30% of their income. If their income is what, $300, they'll pay $100. Is that 30%? Whatever. That's it. That is it. I'm doing 2 master classes. One master class for investors and another master class, which is already a classroom class for realtors. We move people. We're realtors. Our job, our licenses state we move people. That's what we do. I can't say it any more simpler than that. And I don't want to get into technical terms because I can't think that quick right now. But as a realtor, we move people. Why not move homeless veterans? Why not learn how to move homeless veterans to housing? Using the funding that the government continuously give the community in grants. Why not use those resources? Why not stop these roadblocks? Why don't we just cut that red tape and use the money? Use the money. My name is Yvette Jones Swanson. I am the National Veterans Homeless Housing Advocate, Realtor, and Professional Services professional in the GovCon space. And I want to thank you all for being here this morning. You could have been anywhere on social media, but you decided to stop here and listen. And I thank you. I thank God for you. And go get some books and read. Thank you. I'm going to go now to my national interview. Bye for now.
Across America, too many of our heroes return home only to face another battle, the fight for stable housing. Veterans are overrepresented in the homeless population, often caught in a system that is complex, slow, and full of barriers. At VetMentors, we're changing that narrative. For over 20 years, we've been boots on the ground, not just identifying the problem, but building real solutions. That's why we created the U.S. Military Veterans Educational and Resource Guide book series, a groundbreaking collection designed to educate, equip, and empower. These guidebooks are written not only for veterans, but also for the communities, organizations, and leaders who serve them. From step-by-step housing models to funding strategies, this series gives social workers, case managers, realtors, and first responders the tools they need to act with speed, dignity, and impact. VetMentors believes housing is not charity. It's a mission, a responsibility, and a pathway to restoring honor. Every guidebook in this series is a resource designed to make sure no veteran is left behind, and no community has to say, "We didn't know how to help." This is how we turn challenges into victories. I'm Yvette Jones Swanson, Army veteran, CEO of VetMentors LLC, and I invite you to join us in rewriting the story for America's veterans.